Every week, there's a new camera drop with a bigger sensor, more dynamic range, and has a smaller body and a cheaper price. The gap between the $90,000 camera and the sub $2,000 camera and the look that they produce is getting smaller and smaller by the day. And it makes you question, like, does gear even really matter anymore? It's something that I used to believe, and honestly, I sometimes still do when I scroll and I see all of these big shoots and I compare myself, and slowly my creativity just starts to feel like it doesn't even matter because I don't have the $90,000 camera like the Sony Venice. Then I see like stuff like The Creator, which was shot on the FX3, or Civil War that was shot on the DJI Ronin 4D, or even Adolescence that was shot on the 4D as well. And these were real movies or TV shows that had real impact, and they were shot on prosumer cameras. But if that's true, on the other hand, why are there movies and TV shows that are shot on $90,000 cameras like the Sony Venice, but look garbage, like absolute trash? I don't understand it. Because here's an uncomfortable truth that a lot of people stray away from. Gear doesn't make your shot, but it does set the ceiling for how far your shot can go. Before we are able to answer the question of what gear we need, we should ask what actually makes a shot cinematic. I was on set with a DP and I asked this question of what truly causes a shot to look good. And he answered me with the fact that every single camera, no matter the price, looks great today. But what really sets you apart is being able to, number one, have composition. Do you understand the foundation of the rule of thirds and how to line up your shot so that you have symmetry? And why are you lining up your shot to have symmetry? Basically, you're answering the question of what are you saying with your frame? What are you trying to tell the audience with how you frame up? Are you trying to do an extreme close-up and show the emotion of that person? Or are you trying to do an extreme wide and just show that that person feels small? Or do you want to take up less of the negative space in their camera and make them feel smothered in an argument? All of these are decisions that you're able to make once you understand the rule of thirds. It helps you to understand how not to cut off someone's headroom when you don't have to, because their eyes are supposed to be on this top line and their lips are, for the most part, or their chest is supposed to be on this bottom line, depending on how close or how far away you have the shot. There are other reasons why you do shots and why you set up a frame in a way that it does, but this is the groundwork to creating a shot that's cinematic. Another thing that the DP told me to help shape my shots, even with a cheap camera or an expensive camera, no matter which one you have, is lighting. Are you creating a certain mood, or are you exposing your shot correctly? If you're not doing either, then your shot is gonna look garbage, honestly. When you come into a room, you first set up your exposure based on what you cannot control. And then after that, you ask yourself the question, where's the light already coming from in the image? And then the next thing after that is just placing lights in a place and in a space so that it looks most natural to what is motivated already in the image. It's honestly that simple. And of course it goes in further detail than that, and we're gonna talk about that a little later, but that's the basics of lighting. It's not that hard. Understanding what you want to be hard and what you want to be soft, and just shaping your image. And it makes you feel like a painter, honestly. It makes you feel like you are just creating your own world. And it's beautiful, honestly, once you do it right. But next thing that's really important is movement. Are you moving your camera with a purpose, or is it just doing it because you can? What story are you trying to tell with that push in? Are you just doing it because you have a Dana dolly, or are you doing it because you're trying to build tension in a story? You just using a static shot because you only have sticks, or is it because you're trying to show that the person's world is empty, that they feel meaningless? it's important to have movement that has motivation, because movement without motivation is honestly just, it's garbage. It's noise. It's not adding to the story. It's actually distracting the audience and taking them out of the story. And lastly, color and tone. This can be important on higher budget projects. This is more of a focus than on lower budget projects. It's something as simple as having your art department plan out what all is going to be in the background of the image before the day of the shoot, or have your wardrobe plan what the person is going to have on in clothing and the colors that's going to be in the image. Being intentional about every single detail in the image so that it ends up being able to have color separation in post, so that the colorist has something to actually work with to create a beautiful, like, je ne sais quoi image like you've never seen before. It's like these small details, they're small and they're fundamental, but they make a huge difference. So does gear actually matter? Yes it does, but only after your vision and the understanding of how to accomplish that vision demands more than what the gear you already have can handle. But until then, master the basics, frame with a purpose, light with intention, and move with intention. The reason why most DPs don't get it right from the jump is because they don't go back to the basics. They don't live in the fundamentals. They feel too good to do that. And that's why I started this series called Back to the Basics. It's because I want to help people get back to the things that they feel like they don't need anymore. I'm getting back to what I felt like I don't need anymore. I'm not giving you this information because I feel like I'm just this DP of the century or this god behind the camera. Like, nah, it's because I'm honestly just going through it myself and sharing my journey, honestly. So just, if you're a first-time learner, or if you are a seasoned DP and you've been doing this for a while and you feel like you've forgotten the base or the foundation of this art we call cinematography, follow me and let's go back to the basics. Peace.